Ewi adeshimama yakoto nkra ya ba ebredu abedwafo ya krado ha didi kan ye de aseda be ma omo se omaje omo mmera se mmre na omunim di omo no omo no ba beboa ama oman na tumi akona nim timi nifa so Dr. Christopher Ampedu senior sociology lecturer Pentecost University wono abeka mensa ho no timi benkum so pe no na me ba me nifa so mesre me nifa so na akomi benkum so a Samson Wolanyo Deklu wono associate agent Bureau of Public Safety wono so ewo menchen ewo ha na fe Benjamin Arthur ono security and labor expert wono so ehyefugu etiachiro no bedwa form akwa aba
civil engineer
edu
flood
na
I'm not hiding. I'm a civil engineer.
So the ba me dase pa akwa aba so da mo sese mo ajebre se mo ne be di nkomo e wo fie ha and what if flood near starting free ho enso kakra to yi wo hwe de si ye won kran wo hwe de si okuma se nipa 6 anyway ye ko northern regional kwan mu chemienu obi nko obi ma ye ko bono easter I want about 84 communities and you do be ko biba. Then she dey see Cape Coast. I will host some say whole Cape Coast Government Hospital. Na so tumi yiri akwakọ wura ho na oyare for da yare mpaso. Na enso de na ekose de ye friend say no abremu.
As any autism ship mu no.
Autism mu no. E de na ato siniti amana ko do bebe ye dure.
Yo me da see bebe em say na me wo program for so
okay
ni na o man no so
sure
o mo hwe de beche me say mama entem na ye flood no eye insuyiri no eye contributory factors na edeba eye na ne fa no we can ascribe it to certain levels of negligence but ade ba ko esesa tentem ya na ye ni emma ho no ye upstream characteristics asesa akane na nka odo ana se nsuo bi a ewo ebia Cape Coast se Fosu River no na o de call UCC ni ne top ni na ye undeveloped vegetation tinsuo no to a bebre na to me speculate enom kwase other small bodies bi ni ade a water bodies na o mu na gigigibi enti ye koye nim na ho na bie no nsuo top a sesi ana asase na sesa we have paved a lot of areas nsuo no to ne na nka wo se kwa asase mu no
ntubi nko
enko edimrika ba yenso we have not re-engineered those storm drains in ade no nti ebasa na there's a backflow concentration etiefo mfa nchem say I'm being too technical kakra nti nsuo no se wo fa ne se etise adwe na atowo atifi ba bia aka ne no mrika na nka odebede aba ase ho no na echepa bikro ha no amedu
okay
basisi ade enam say SCC ada yi ya kwan na yensansesa drains adada na o Cape Coast ni ade no nti no ensuo no to ya wonum nya adimrika e compete say won ba be fa the same channel no mu no makọ nti e basa no no mu nkomu sa na delay aba na it is any traffic no na fe na there's a backflow eno no ye baako ade baako nso a eya na etichima titiri ye nkran ha eye drains na ye yankasa engineers ye design no capacity no as at the time bia ye no na eye but you also have design say emre bi beso no obi nso maintenance purposes beko say bia mfie mienu akiri no obeko na silt abamu ni ade no obetimu enti say yantumi antimu na nsuo no ekoba saa na sananka wo say fa dodo be say ankre ba ko a sisi ano enwura nkrofo to gumu ene anwea akogumu no ama ebefa bucket baako nti ne ebeka nyina so ebeka akiri we ade a ewo say ye nyina ye hye no so eno nti na so ahwe cities ni ade no na ekwan e fa so ma building permit ene negligence ewo technical people bi afa no ewo say mra so say sorry na me ani ye din wo behwe weja ha ya menka nkwa akiri wo free kaso aba weja baby a bridge no no won sani fa so na ho no nyina a part of the channel but obi fele ho esida so the yes ase wo behwe na ohini bi na ama ne sa atumi no me ankasa ma sorry Malam Junction akiri wa ahemfu ni bi aba wo mo fele ho ye watershed o e fele ho to ball agu o se be ya channel ni besi na wo matumi aton ho ensase no
ben we kura de hwe o baby am ye hwe ne sisi yi aye my 7 ufi poku ase main road esoro ho de no ho na kwan esoro de na yiri no
ani ne nti ho betumi ayiri ni se sa channels na won chen na nsuo na efiri soro no tieni efiri soro no
to fi soro
eba no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔno so nya baabi a ɛbɛfa kɔ nti sɛ wɔanya baabi a ɔbɛfa kɔ na emu aselte ne ade a wonim sɛ ɛkwan no asphalt surface no ɔno ɔntumi memem nsuo ahene bia nti wonya kɔtɔ so ɛte sɛ nea wode wo car asi highway no na ɔno nso baa na ɛba we mu yɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛhyɛ ne nso yɛ maintenance saa highway na ɛtɔ da bi a emu twa ne ade no ne nyinaa yɛ maintenance issues ɛwɔ sɛ yɛma yɛni ɛkɔ ho paa baby wa obehwe no na channel no na asi no we have to open up into where mbie mu na nsuo no un say ye calculation ni ade a we have a certain figure yetumi use rainfall intensity any duration bi a we can predict enti say nsuo kotobro saa we ni so a ya entansi ebi wa it will happen once in 50 years so once in 50 years no ekoba saa pe a na say you have exceeded your capacity. Untumi design for an event that can happen once in every 100 years. Knowing say okoye very costly. Instead now we are caught on the wrong footing from that point of view. But negligence a part. Kwabena side a baby a watershed and so far a whole now has been converted. And now we are what is say regional minister for Greater Accra Okotema Ramsey side
yes
baby a ye gya ho say anka nsuo to a efiri ahyama efiri community 18 no ho nkro ne banyina beba betai na anya ntoboase afa rail line no se na akogu pumo no enkrofo bi fi say wo mo so anya dokono bi a wo mo ho no wo mo nso claim sa land no ebeduru bi na nsuo to a
enya
baby a enko eno nti na wo hwe Cape Coast wo hwe Accra ye wo baabi a nsuo ta na nka nsu yiri eni ho all of a sudden
ben ye wo engineers wo ha ye authority so municipal assembly this assembly bia nso e wo inspection directorate permit ho wo mu nyina wo ho enti se wo mu nyina ho ye tuom ka bosumi bia your town country planning for wo ho your ministry of lands and natural resources wo ho ye wo I mean state agencies bebre but still na ade no say and say enti wo mo wo na na fa so be na wo mo so
Mr. ma mentwe me kon na menka sa asem wi I was aba da wo mo ho ni enti a menka say was aba da wo mo ho no and he say inspections ya ade bi a very very key na to da bi a na ahoden fufuro bi abefa akiri o munyae baby o wasi dan na sie no moma na botre obeyi drain afanche na me ma typical example yewura Kwabena battles obeye minister for works and house no say wo sere hwebeni because unim na esi ye ode ani eden ena ma ebubu dan bebre e wo weja dam no ho because ebeduru bi na obi agya nan kora no sabe mesrem kan wo didi afache me na ekoho eduru mebi na nkofo complain ene yentoma abai kode ene yeyi ni free ho ene yede no call interior enya me nwa say the way a regional minister for Greater Accra the niabere no bi anada achi na nkofo bi su party fo mpanifo bi ena obegu yaban obi wan ne say yeyi ni free
enti political will ni ho
enye say political will ni ho men kan nyina but who are we building inspector ade bi wa ya na the share politicians me too much
okay
building inspector who are regulations unim say ye ma permitter ekwan ya fa so emani enipa onje permit ukọ ya unim say ba bi nso o sa sidan no kra bi a ye kwan mu mpo bi a drainage ohun ba bi a nsuo be fa no o sidan no asisa akwan no woje o kakrawa no wadane wo ho kan hu say empempenso no ebeba me nyina fa be wan say de kwa akọhye politician ekwan ba akon so a ye fa so a yaji tumi na free district assembly for no nsem no eno nso ka ho bi ana nkrofo with the culture of impunity tumi sisi dan esi baabi a ensese wo mu sie number 1 Ghana ha no so bi si dan e wo baabi na wa ansi baabi ye na osisi ensu kwa ensu ekon so a ubetumi akobu pa tumi mu a je se waje court order.
Okay.
Into Ubeko. Now, okay. Bosome miensa. Bosome nine. Already know district assembly is NJJ IGFR. To be a dokura nkoyi. Into ohwe ade we abede kwa kwama lawyer makwa akotwe so a kwadwo mo fanto petrol na mo nkodi djuma fufuro baabi. Oh. Eni nyina ka ho na wo de fufuto a wo de boso a emmo no. E wo se yetumi esesa ye mra no mu. Na se a committee kura na be wo district ho. Na wo hwe na baabi a wo ya ade no enkoyi a wo betumi anya tumi na wo mu de adi djuma sa atumi na ya je afiri wo mu nsam no enti na oboso na emma bia nipa ya onim se obi aso ni wo si dan pa bia sika ni boto enti wo bo no ofa akiri na wakwa akodi djuma bia ensem fata sa niema wei ya ade a ena ye ya nkasa so a ye nso ye developers a ye si dan no so ye duabo ye omanfo na nkasa ye duabo wo kɔ no ye se ahasase wei ye nsu asase wo so unim pa nso wo se chinchini a ehwa na mpe unim wo beto no afele no wasi dan na no yire no ma na wote ho wasi mansion afa nsu to na eyiri fa wa na de nsem bebre eba but yenko hospital de no hospital de ne de eyade a se wo kusi aban ajapade dis bia you have to do careful analysis. Your baby wo ha it has flood history. Na baby a interbeting one we do not know of any flood history of that area. But we engineer papa we betumi aya assessment you can know say sadie we betumi asi nti bia levels no kura no yen raise. But for now it's been built no immediately some kind of engineering auditing evaluation must come in. Na drains bi ni ade bi wo ho na ye betumi aye no faster but no just the peripheral measures.
Yes.
But you the global measure nso ni free hospital wa hemfa na be kono e ho no na wo be kono na e bi e ho no asisi enti you have to also approach it from the global perspective say nso to e wo mamemfa nkran ye mfa to ba bi ti say nsawam nso to wo nsawam a e ba akra ha e ba ha enti sesi ana yesisi ada wo ho bebre na nsuo ta entumi mememem no nsuo no ta nsuo dodo akane na nkefa odo river channel no mu ba no akodo so bebre enti sesa na tie dia we need to adopt a new approach and with your permission the time has come for us to create watersheds around Accra and our cities. Cape Coast die obehwe na ufiri Kakom side sa road no so no ensuo firi hoba interbeting na chiri no mehu drains akese mi no otum se na water bodies na during construction microphobia access no nti be bia ensuo no nkasa no efiri ba ebe kan no ho e de bass out no so no ye betumi create watershed na ya etumi delay the flow of water no baby kro ha bia we can use it for animal husbandry bi kro ha irrigation ni ade nti anka nsu e beto a ni nyina be rush aba no
na se niam no
na se niam no
consider bibi mu ma nya so mfa so
ya delay no ho se be ya ni mirika no emmasa eno no de ye ho beto ye kakra ya anya ne sa de a e be te se nura me teka zo a nsu anto ho ahmachi no but me drew malam jash me drew connection me say spare part dealers no we yi ni tie we yi spare part abon ko e bi twe na 50 avre ho sempa ba ni interestingly overhead na ya ye wo obeche bilamte round about me top no so no eno na ebu afuni gra na nsuo firi so a eba sa na tie because baby nsuo no kogu a ebekọ no ntumi e ho no nyina no si
doc
engineers for no omo ejuma sa ni me wo
o ma ho kwa say o baby because
somehow no you justify some of them say it's because you are engineer but then maybe just engineering it has to do with planning, it has to do with say ubehu what me I dream say ye we are we bit me see ye we are we bit me see enti no mtu fa no nyina nkwa adwen mu ansana or must start construction because look at Pukwase Ahakwan enye down just through ho no best point offer through enye for na so ta so akota ho ama kwan it me fast car street me fast so na e one na traffic abepem ho aje so ye won hwe a enye yi enye once esiye achepa ayewo government workers are in charge busu bia yetu amuka na akoyesi omonfa ho ana so onfa ho kra omunya ho hwe mewa boso mbe so ama apreso mejuma ketua ebi kwa be strike say ketua no kra 4% this yentu mama ho ejuma me na wo ye onti nyema say si aya na engineers bet ma kan bi pa na so na ya rehosem ayeso man a bibia nya adwuma ani bibia nso ye say na ka dansie corruption which is a fire no muma actually obia because of opposition and now sika wunti no obetimi anya way obetimi anya kwan obetimi afaso aye ne a ope eti e basa ne governance and now say aban aya vote amawo say ebia behwe ma oman fa e ko kan na ye nchen so no na because na ja Kwabena can say the political will is not there. Political will is so important because the political will no wo hwa wouldn't say about mandate 4 years e beto aba enti no nia eso ye na ye ni yiye no okwan bia so no eso ye enti se adwumayefo aban adwumayefo e wo ho a omunye nia eso mo ya wo political head no eso hwe se okwan bia betimi afaso aba o maye o adwuma se na ese no be faso anyi na adwuma they say yimpo they say yin free ho I see you free because at the end you are accountable to the people. They say a man sir na ye hunu ni aye hunu na engineers for nso bebre hihye adwuma aban adwuma mu na aban so to be taking responsibility menwa wo hwe budget a ye devote ema wo mo sisa sika imonye na mo fa nsiesie kwan ana bibi cost wo na enkoyi a mo fa nsiesie. This BBC on a major road like Kumasi Accra Road we send ewo this engineers wo no munya ho hwe na ye can say o my engineering explanation for me as a lay person it doesn't make sense. There's a problem ye hwe ni enso enye explanation in here me and but so then we can talk of inefficiency. And now say, kasa power wages will be serious, your man. When you're serious, because your problems also back up me just be I say. And so no question down to him here. There be a crabby to be.
Oti, say, Ubeti me ye pa, make us no. Me to me the near bear said 9 and a boom na me de fufu to say, Sanyama we munina, me say, Aba, Yamfa banto. Emma Nkrofo bi say when ni udwuma yi a ye betwe waso
enti also ka to podcast we ni ho that is
so sa aba no en na ho yi se beda ho a Nkrofo be kekam ni enti America sa ne say in every engineering project bi no it cannot be perfect but there's evaluation say bi a why yes ade we wo ye kwan no kra no ba bi wa nanka nipa mfa ho but a drum pempenso bi a nipa efa ho enti bia o se okoye overhead footbridge na ade enti wukọ na wakohwe na ne America ne se enema ebomu eye ma flood ba no ne kese pass yesi ye cha enye political will politician bia ni Ghana ba bia ono na ma building permit wukọ district assemblies kura ne ade a is the technocrat wo ho no wo mo na ma building permit but wo sha se ne we regional minister na we dan abesi we konso me ka sa ala ajo ha ya wonim say area ha ina na nka nsuo to a na nka ta ha I see kwe president Kufu Abreso ekata na ni ma ne constituency form ye demolish structures bebre a very big drain from Achimota station wa e di twam ba na ala ajo flood ekofom enne Ghana fo ya ye kan ya dog wo sore na o ma wo homere so say ubebubu adan se be ya nsuo to na ahoto beba yento ma hwe budumra
e baba ho
eye
refugee camp
hwɛ nsuo tɔ a ne esi wɔ hɔ hwɛ security implications basabasa yɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ obi sɔre sɛ mmera so sɛ ɔsi demolition ne esiesie hɔ no ɛno nso hwɛ ne ɛdɛ ɛba nti it does not just end up at the political way yɛ ankasa yɛ developers no but me no there it is indicative of nneɛma bebree yɛ housing policy ɛne deficit ɛkyerɛ sɛ sɛne esiesie yɛ dan ne ho nhyehyɛeɛ no ɛna ma nkrɔfoɔ de aprɛaprɛ baabi a nsɛm fata koraa sɛ obesi dan asi no na wakɔ akosi ɛde asi hɔ nti yɛwɔ nneɛma bebree design ne deɛ wobɛyɛ 50 years ago when certain drains were done no now you don't have the characteristics that yɛwɔ wɔ baabi te sɛ ɔfankɔ ɛne ɛkɔ no but mmerɛ kɔ so no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛse science a me no yɛ adwene wɔ hɔ mmerɛ kɔ so no you do evaluation and re-engineering sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛwɔ engineering bi wɔ ha you do it to address the attitude of the people yɛwɔ area bi wɔ ha woyɛ open drainer wobɛhwɛ na ahomakye na wei de ne bɔɔla na ɔde akɔgum wokata so nso a ɛbɛduru berɛ bi no na obi so wi afi ɔno so as part of maintenance no ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛkae no wabɛkɔ sɛ yɛnkɔ pagyapagya na yɛn di so tamu nti ɛtɔ da bi a yes you may have done all your engineering but at the end of the day no ekuta obi nsɛm yɛmmra ahemfo so te sɛ ne ɔfa wohwɛ mani ase sɛ engineer no yɛn nyinaa yɛmfa yɛn ni so nkɔhwɛ ahemfo wobɛhu na asase na yɛ ne dia no aha yɛse yɛde kwan bɛfa yɛde drain bɛfa yɛbɛyɛ sɛ but aban nsa ne ho tumi aba adwumafoɔ ni so tumi wobɛkɔ no watɔn na deɛ ne wokaa sɛ wode bɛyɛ no wobɛkɔ no nti wei no ɛkyerɛ yɛn the factors na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi de ba political work ka ho mentumi nka sɛ ɛno no nka ho ɛka ho engineering ɛka ho attitude na we planning ne ɛho nkorɔ no ba nyinaa ɛka ho but adeɛ baako a flood ɛde ba ne sɛ when you have a certain rainfall intensity ɛno no in our history you often don't get it it becomes extremely difficult for every bit of thing to take good care of it because we it comes with costs. And if we have never had rainfall intensity within 1 minute, rainfall intensity of let's say 5 millimeters. It has never been predicted by Matthew. No. It has never been recorded. And so also quiet designer, you have to look at the history of the area and do. But of course, there was safety factors you consider. And you need answer na ye adwuma but flood the nyamaka no eno na ye the key issues we have to do re-engineering of our cities law enforcement must be up and doing political will must be in place we must be disciplined ourselves
me na say na obi de ode aba o say Alfred Edu or say aka Kojo trumpeted or the Fibubu Ashe also I believe that all these flood issues in Ghana in the country 90% is the cause of plastic waste.
That is clogging the drains.
Yes.
You know,
certain
situation
yes.
of the drain.
Although Otamose Ghana have a long way to go. Ghanaians need Jesus. Jesus are bread. Jesus are bread. Maybe I need the magic. Maybe I made the magic. Something. And come on, ye. Ye can you know? Am I a safety crown? One summer kakra na bibi o bi pa. Say enra kaneshi. When you know you're into no, say barricade was a den, was a encrofa sunlight, tin, no more force. Just say, Lipa, Mobo Mission, I'm saying, again, because can you see, Horn says, bridge in the eye, and I got to be a horn and a side horn and as a phone. But she didn't see right, and I'm not so say toy, you know. Me want to say ton so long ago. Maybe
okay. Kaneshi Hono has a history. So over here the geological map, any drainage map of Ghana, colonial days, you know, Edebano. Sa Hono na a water course. In China, ne be a marketing na a water course. Years after Prime Minister Dr. Buzia time on by now. You're developing now, we have done redevelop. The original channel, water body in Nankasano, we have constricted it to a drain nti sɛ wohwɛ a not condition nsuo ne ade a ɛba nyinaa ɛhɔ bubu ahye nsuo a ɛkɔ ba nyinaa no ɛhɔ na ɛba nti ɛyɛ very obvious sɛ saa ɛhɔ channel no matter how big it might have been constructed it's silted and ɛyɛ underground channel bi so road n'ase kɛseɛ paa if you don't clear it kakra bi ɛbɛba ani no ɛbɛtɛ ani nti ɛhɔ no yɛ one key issue Malam Junction say first no na nsuo tɔ ketewa bi a na ɛhɔ ayi ɛna wɔn nso akɔ back ɛkɔyɛ the cross drain because McCarthy Hill ne adeɛ nyinaa na nsuo no tɔ a ɛba na better nti na fuel station bi wɔ hɔ nsuo tɔ ketewa bi a na ayiri since they did that underground drainage no ɛnyiri bio but mfie kɔ n'anim no sɛ city authorities ankɔ back na wɔn ankɔ ankɔhwɛ ɛnsiesie a ɛbɛsa aba bio ɛno na ɛde ɛba MMDC sɛ wotum sɛ yɛhia ntete ma wɔn paa because te sɛ deɛ dɔɔ kaa political will wo na woyɛ in charge baabi a saa nneɛma yɛ kakra wo ne ho nim
okay nti Same Samson na me ba so ne ahwɛ sɛ ɛde na so sɛ yɛyɛ na fi yɛnkɔ issues for so
oh okay me address no partly from safety now as a built environment expert so as such the million kind no there's so much negligence on the part of some professionals the band said yeah juma akwa no I mean this flooding issue no I mean it has so many elements was stating which ends up becoming a safety issue for all of us I mean so to finance ensure to now in your mind what you say a touch in front of meda e be yiri wa I mean I think about wow safety all that point to mean that so it goes a long way to affect us so I want to my friend efi ebia dey able to me as individuals ebia we see we dan ye reduce concrete surfaces no e wo yin fie and yes we talk one plot we see dan about 8% no they can number in the concrete yes I we increase the surface water no mama yin dry grass ni bi so so that the earth can still absorb some amount of water how ebia efie 10% so obi efie enchane out so much surface water become runoff pii no you see that na yenye drains po ye fi neni into person na pave fi no nyina nti no toya na nso no nyina eba road no so there to increase the runoff water on the streets thereby flooding all the area until we should increase the landscapes maybe as grass and poor yendue bi how be reduce the amount of hard surface and what you feel no to also help us curb it in a way then I must say the bigger picture no maybe at the micro level so no we can do these things to help us
okay next say within I say who could be fear who say what two times pavement ayi four times or two times bia hontin so no toye na no sanke bi ese etumi no mo ha no etumi no mutina de ne ya kire ba bi fufu ye tumi nya mre bi se kate se obi a wo si dan bia na se otumi bi se wo fie ye tumi enhye ne kate se enya sa do kwa na ye tumi fa tumi bia nya bia sa
ye man mu no o kan mra ye adwuma bibia mu no che se mra nya adwuma tia na o kan mra sema na wo hwe nipa attitude esu ne ban ne ye ne mpo bi wo ha odwen ho aye ntitiye ayese ukoye bibi krasa na ayese o che ho ena yenti ameka political will no o say political will no o hwe politicians attitude o e man mu a na e areho they are more concerned about the next election say be vote amame and say vote mame enti no say bibi no o ya onim say say bi sikintin passe say na say ye no nanso so me koya next election ye to mame ka benya obi a obe purpose 4 years me dey ma target yankopon boa me that say me wini a me che say aman bi ayo aba akom yi but ye no pese me nkonya me wini ma san wini asa wini me di ma san di bio everything eno ho ya dwen eno ho chan say o man na ye dey a share nsa say ye hwe bi enye ni yi e ma enemre ni kan dachin ma enti ye wa problem it's as if semra enye adwuma obia emfa ho obia power no hia position eno nya no nya nkwan ne dia onya ne dan ne car ne yi die mu wo ne ono ankasa ne ma ho no adwene oh nti oman no ho na adwene oman no aya na ya report say eti e kan oman Ghana hwan no mu pa na ewo oman ho dadwene ye pe oman yi a emfa ho ne nipa be ye anase vote be jan next ni idea ahye ne nsase me nya eno na esmi nti e kan mra ho oman mra ho papa hwan na di mra so bia na ope
hwan na di mra so bia de opampa na ha adwene atete nso na megidi say ye kan nyina no omu amunim say so mo ye nso nya de omo be ye omo nam kwan no so da bia ehunu sa hanye hwe emie bi sa eyemi yese mentwa picture Achimota news station ho no won say ofiri say na sa wo kɔ ha aye omo de nade bi ka kwan no across ka kwan no finfin sa do say dey bi na me kwan mu say by 4 years ago and I for about 3.5-4 years ago and na me hu say dade no baby kakra apai e wo kwan no finfin eti bi kwan bi say Kwabena de twan picture na some years to come no obe hu say de bi say aye na me refi manye won ye fa ho da bia hu no say baby enami dade na we kon kakra akra awi ko kakra akra awi ko kakra akra awi ko kakra akra sa ena na akoda ne amana kakra ka bia wotwamu ha tamamoto wi kan nso no mbeka yesusa no ne wo PWD fo sa wo de kota no maba enti apache enti bebi kakra bia no mabe pache enye kese ne so se ayesi ani abia mu no ye betina se amade na da no poto tamade se ye kan ana nan se o so makokoko
ye ne sase ne be ya obinya contract because potholes in keten no fit ya ebeden we bi adidi ho ope nia ya de kase a obi tedi just adwen no de bi e kan adwen asema adwen nye ti bibia nia ohwa se chance bi beba ama wafa ho adidi adwen bone ni passe wo so nya ban adwuma ono dwen so ese adwuma no oye na ono odwen ni okwa me fa so adidi ho just ni se ye the surgery o my ma ebeden ya kokan
ye ti bi kokan doc my das papa na some we dey me say ye be ko so aka akopem say obi betie so tin so de be ye adwuma de amaye ndi nyina aboa ma na kore yen sa de a say nso peti be do hwere ba ko na say yesi na say yesi be to se de to America na and then no one see them so na ni na Congo ho baby
and then we contribute kakra bi what doc can just a couple of minutes emra na o say ye nhye no ye wo mra bi wo ho dada eno no enkyere yen certain percentages of your plus size no ne also there except say ubeja a certain distance be around the building. Now me feel say a building code no you a new one. It's not proactive. This is not to criticize my colleague engineers, it's just to put the bare fact. And you're proactive to our built environment, nene ACC to the sense oba me feel I have not paved a single area. Baby I'm a person me pave no. Just where the vehicle will move to the garage. And no crowd no me say jija spaces wo mo. I've planted green grass virtually everywhere. Na say yes say mra no mu. Na ye ka say with a particular area for building, for development, leave a certain percentage for green. Ye per say green jobs, ye per say ye dua nnua. Ye betumi aka say bia ye nyen hihye ne nda ne mram se be ya wo de dua one fruit bi kura si ba bi. Aya no nso betumi ama wa aduane. So ye yes ade na the incentives be to so say be ya if you are able to live larger area than the minimum now, we can reduce the cost of your permit. Now when we nyina no ye wo law bi Ghana ha ye friend no habitation permit me sure say bia entwa wasum brother habitation permit sir wo permit si dan ya wunwie o dabi eno nkire say kotenam dabi ye wo another permit e wo ho a ye mra a kire say wo si dan na wie no afei na wo beji permit a ema nipa kwan se onkotinam yes your friend habitation permit
means also mo assessment then I
will
see no
because ne wo de ba say wo besie no ene ne wasi no saa na tie we use materials no be a paint kura na wo de paint dan no say nipa man betena mo no
paint the paint abonte
yes yeah it's not good for human consumption so I say be a wo de gadget be abebo ho radiation kura no ebetumi asɛ nipa abrabɔ ne na pomudin nsɛm until we have to go for inspection to allow you to go and have it but ohia any ahokyire nti no onya ya oya de esre bi gu so a
ya one room awie no why
now akwakotere nti ye betumi ayemra no sa but and also nkyerɛ say you be able to get 100% compliance and also it's not deterrent enough say mayenye nti ye betumi asesa mbra no mu te say na menua kan say by at the micro level no nsuo ta yen konya dodo na say AP abonte me say no I enjoy it because they be am ho enwunu oba madua nua bebre afa me wo no nyina na me neighbors kura say anka me ntwitwa ehum tu ye na dance paper ye bi anka wo no e no mba say kofi adwebre o e me ntwitwa o de ye sori a ye bepra so nti ye ya ebe ye yi
Mami fa kakranka. On said your cousin if you do dua. I mean it is also the education na amanfo any say these greens no and more ma we o dem krapo ye cool you reduce your utility bills
that's
so much because what you call the thermal comfort of the spaces by oye bibia concrete you are no bopo na I mean the absorption the roof heat be ban no uti dem kwa what so AC
so na still
uti kwa no was of fan because there's so much heat in your spaces no and brand there were I mean there's even laws that tells you say auto plot now built on just this percentage of the land have an area for greens how worker say if you are the driveway be a car befa most of the areas should be greened. It is the implementation of some of this at the macro level no, which grows to even go beyond people even going into these things. Habitation permits. I mean, Waka is there, but how many? Of course, that in the long run, it comes back to hit us, because we use public poverty in code to as an oversight to implement these things. Na echire no
catch you
na echire no asan ba afete ya abio mate
catch you we go so am me kakra fine be na ase na catch you no ba bia na efo de brofo na fa musa se gomede o de form ne ekwa ba nti ye hwe MMDCs doc so far de yenya no je bi no atum bi wo ye nyo muntum any that is for instance me fa kuma say the KMA there no for instance say say KMA judgment debt to be about 50 million Ghana cedis eda ho enti saban ama ya bia say say ka no obetua enya dia o meje ye mayor no atum I need to ma defer to Tuesday what say you know then ba wadwin mu say aban anya undertaking bia on paper there is no way say omeji be yonato.
That's very interesting they say you can't buy na titu ye hwe aban na musi ni a ewo Kumasi a any mayor it is bibi ewo Kumasi metropolis a problem ayeka enkoyi ya FC no oba abehwe say sa problems no ebetimi solve now say ya FC anyhow major decision be anywhere assembly no betimi take as far as solving problems we Kumasi metropolis near concern just say MC no etimi taking the position because even the regional minister take major decision as far as metropolis no air concern no say very critical say enya MC you know say kabio say bibi wo ho and say dwuma bi wo so ya say to position MC you know and sana stage man with me now until for me assemblyman for almost cancer asem ne my dream ye me na ne say say o be say ku na president ankasa ebe ma o undertaking say metua ana say regional minister no e na o mo hwe kwan so no ebeba abeka so metua problem ana e kaida ho nso no say Kumasi mayor no
etia
ezotia it for me it's a contradiction say first let's get the man there they say one just akana or kwen bia you can still vote a vote of no confidence in him bet me all the power rests within the assembly identity and am all conditions say wa just akaya yeah mano
so mo say aban bia ba no obayi mayor esan so mani mbirinti no na mayor na no kwasa saa no obetena se wi a yebetua yentua saa no oja no ko saa nti sei no wo mo ntena se ma we nso ma mehye ho e ma onye na adwuma wo bra yenya fe ma bia se zika na so mutua na se 40 omo so mo ye we ye condition tietia cause ya tena se a obi
condition ye ma hwan
omo ya ma aban
hwan aban na musifu ni a wo ho
mayor
wo nti for me no assembly betimi frustrate okwan bia se omunya vote no oba office o betimi use okwan bebre so a vote out and a frustrate no enti no first mumma ohun say we ni here say wo ba you must Agya say we this say wo ba this say why nya or 2-3 years you can use every means to frustrate him or to get him out. Me first thing must be done first.
Okay.
The first thing is done first. Now face wa nye na because say mpo skadi ni ho. Na say okwa mu and also appeal to regional and also national no or no na betumi atu sa na mo no. Ne say wa nye no they say why na yes what say say e can be ti. And for me face say no dey na aka. But then o hwe ni e koso assembly district voting also to accept president nomination here. Anyway, be also and also HM say Ghana for a year any year be or near be home. Say you can't take them for granted. Say be our bamu party particular party a dominate this area and who nominate will be a party member. So, or may MC, and I say, or may represent district, no, or buy ya near vote to a man. Say, a month for our dream, a B was animal. Enti, or share one Mujiska. Our Mujiska, where we are, star, or vote out, and as well vote against Nipa or Majiska. I know, just say, and you seeker, any bit me, I influence here, say, empower, near empower. So, enti no. A true challenge say the passion akwan so yi enye osika abema ana say nya say bia why party chairman e constituency enti say wo kan obi enkan bi na wo kan ya so saa ne be yama wo da bi gise nipa no gi otum prako pese ampa wo ye nipa we are selfless just say we obi a wo ahobrase we obi a wodwi nipa ho we obi a just say nipa ho hia wo we obuo ni die ebe nipa enye say ahomaso a wonya because depend nimye answer be president nominate omunnim pa se ne awote enti say ye vote am a full confidence ye just say ampa ye pew ye jewo atum say ye no be bom enya so nko a o ye nya ye be bom aye adwuma ama district no ana metropolis
doc be yanhwe processes are efa mu ansa na ye nominate sa MMDCs no omo ka so omo ye wider consultations meaning say it's a hwehwemu bi eso omo ye bia ne consultation bi eso omo ye bia no omo ye ni nyina awi until upon all this consultation let's assembly members no tutia onipa no a na consultation be na yesi ye
exactly until no so chese consultation be ya ka consultation in the political party mostly I dey hear am key political leaders no etu am hwe say wo na ye consult wo ne ya am be ka party chairman ne secretary ne party executives mostly womo de som kasa aya national for no eti wom grassroots for no aya ne enfa ma asem nya ese enti aya ni ehwese womo eye mpanyifo wo party ni within the constituency but nya bobo bayi ehwese no kwasem wide range consultation so mo ye ri nyina no kwasem bebre no nya papa many ha me woni nyina mu kra ehwese ba me re ko pa ne say nipa dwen say you bet mama ebinim sika ama ya vote ama wo now for me say who mind the entire ha me pass one say there be a corruption or maybe any wa o ma yi o ma kokan o ma chance e ma corruption e part of your day to day life now your kwakoye says say you know even because say ebia MC ana district executive over the sumo your son this say tamale dia na yeti 4,000 ye ma 4,000 say je no vote ama ye ni pay regional constituency executive for maybe as regional minister and as constituency chairman ebe ma 1,000 mo nyi ma vote now no nkwacha the type of leaders are yewo say vote ma omo so o ma be ya rehosem kese e ma o my Ghana because simple positions like this see ye gigi sika and son yet me vote approve one na che say o my yewo asem bono papa yewo long way to go e ba huhu mu so a no che say shira pa de nyame nsem shira menye because yami shira trene ni kronkron ye na twi shira breye but where nipa edwen say sibi jisika si ye brabe man assembly man ye brabo ansa na vote na wo see say wo do nipa wo represent wo mo they say ye nipa no na represent wo na sika wo gie no eno ene hia wo e ba sa no man yedie no man nkoso o man kan ko no che say no kwasem truncated che say enya de be kokan there was such leaders and we dey say fasting yeah no more because corruption demon no say che say ayekesi a tabanya baby a ekọ no ahwe ni ya o man emre ba mpo say ubenya hospital ama doctor ahwewa
so asema kan ye ne bresam na ma me ko ben so ben wo ade bia ma hye no nso e wo assembly about we mu and the use of the military Sunyana West I think Sunyana West or East assembly members ko to aba e de yi MC DC na sojafo ekurekure ti ogina ho look at prince video no ho and I think said Central region akura enra de bia yi yeso sa na sojafo wo ho. Do we have to involve the military in this? Bruh.
Yo, me dasi bibre. I'm not seized with the full fact. Say me was security background nti me ka sem bia o say me hwe ni. Say intelligence e wo ho no na be kire anamo say utu. Bia na ebinum nyante ye say bia basabasa ye bia ekwa akiri bi betumi aba. Nti we are regional minister being in charge of security na upon the advice of the technical men no and now unum say regional minister cannot command troops anywhere. It has to be the technical people. Nti we assessment no mama wa foot we say ade we a ABC bia basabasa ye betumi asia ye nyina ye hwe adwura report na we can blame ourselves and certain lapses. Say yetumi gi anutum ne ehu say lapses sa tumi ma basabasa e ba na proactiveness ba there. I do not think we must fault. Question na na me pese me bisa say where were the police? Good question. E hono na ya na me pese me bisa but we be na bia the military had gone there to augment about why ade bia anibiri wo mbebiri basabasa yetumi si nti if you have the intelligence be a obi kura betumi e de basabasa ya ba you have to be very proactive and no ya there I will not fault anybody because omo wo ho na asumdue beba eno no ye chen say obi ani ho na bia obi di kura de mentem ho ase atwese kan e de awo no yonko afi obi hu na sunsunsu anso no
na ben police phone to me yes
na ena mpa kire say Ghana ha nankasa no ye police numbers no ye keto ha bi hwe galamsey fight hwe road patrols anadwokra de police for age na gina ba bia oba na military ni bi e won bi because of the numbers we hear police Ghana police to population ratio na UN target ni ye men hu ba bia ye police force so what I would want to hear is whether somebody was molested by their presence and also who say Sunyane West ho no e ho anso na soldier for no omo wo bebre nti if you need more troops more hands na at the end of the day you have to let them augment. I don't think it's bad.
Me problem
ordinarily no we are not to use soldiers for that purpose but and there akodrum pempenso as a car ekọ na sika gum na eye bank for there eye soldier for na edi echiri so ohun ukokrumu a why are we not talking about it because ordinarily enye part of the idea or say emu omo ye but akoba say oman no ban bonti no da ben na soldier for ai wo Ghana ni soldier for e wo Togo ebe ko akọ ekon na ye use wo mo da ben na ye be declare third world war na ye de Ghana soldier for akogu beba bio any identity wo mo ha no betumi abo internal security so a it's all good na ne doc kan ye no se be won ho akonya se me comment a o se ehwe ni yi already no regional minister as per our local government law no e wo tumi say ensem wo mo ka o KM no obetumi atu ho na mo obetumi atu emra no ma no ho kwan say ba bia ye ni DC bia no regional minister e wo tumi say o act e wo ho already mo wo ho kra o na hwe mo so na KM de ni wo ho no has been given appointment as national service boss. It's a Mejidi say Senensa can letter there. He is no longer the acting KMA boss. So what this means say gap kakra de ho. Near a yeme worry. Eye sikasem no a ewo mu no. Eni enyan. Me wo madam fu bi a me money din wa fidie so. Ya confirm no. O ka chem say Ben. Na o say e kope busia. Nam de mama nkrufo anya sa dwuma ani ade a medi akire nyina no ebeye kwa na ya awerho sempa menim pa so se ogitum se obeye sa adwuma because adwuma kase ni pay a wagya hɔ a okwa akodi sa adwuma no eto da bi kura na ne ho ye me homa okwa akosom but baby a ahyase ni free no utum se asum mu no ene sa aka wabɔ nyina no
esorti
obedi apinesi kakra but yensu ye duebo omampani agitum say matenase unim say he's been in governance space for a very long time say yenkɔ ne yenkɔto so aba eduru ba bi a enkrofo obi so say ye tikwa pai ye ya na ye ka say ye beboa but akiri ya twe asan
say adwen
ene ye ne
sa
9 months mu no akiri no na fe ne enya DCs na mesre omampani ne na so afo say local government say control must be as much as possible at the local level. Your constitution no more mampani kwan say nomination a wode akono say nkoyi a twesan ti me de me come for mampani local government minister say one nominate obi na also onya 2/3 ewo assembly now a first one no onya 25% and below you have no business repeating that person. Because na why your criteria to me no all right no way nipa na wo pe no but wo de call and one way to me or grassroots also kire say we yempe no eno na ye kokobo a wo pese we need the next election is an early warning sign it nipa no ko nya less than 25-30% don't repeat that person. Don't re-nominate. Because in the panel bet me the other influence, I come here jinatum. But one more dini to more one and then the be year jumano. So I have any. And in me, no share idea was sending a sife. And I'll cut up our course of the fair. I was sending a sife. Come now, I have many. I got what was there. I'll find you out. So when you know, we had there was saying, now cut out a news about say. Now they fair. I was sending you see who know. Now MMDC is a appointment, you know. Apart from being developmental, no, it's also highly political. Let's accept the fact. Who person winning election, you must be very careful who you place there as a MMDC. In Crawford Ben nominate you, they are very crucial. They are in charge of DISEC, local security, no, chairpersons. A lot of power, developmental issues, budgeting issues, approvals, and they a woman sem. Inti a idea would do be called na grassroots for no, assembly for no, already Kayun say. Omampeni ankasa woni die wom government appointees 30%. Utie mi ye. Enu nti na me say wunya less than 30% am omampeni nsa re-nominate
because omampeni ni nipa na kura na musefo akwan
wo a woni wo mu free efie ba akon ankasa wo ye 30% wo ade ni mu dada. Yeah. Wunia no ma wo no wo mu kɔ kotu sa akwan no wo mu wo ho dada nti se wunia no mu kura wo mu no kura ka kire wo say ye wa. I was say wow they buy and I was say we dey. We wa quite say maame. Ene ukunu amotifie. Mo nkwara. Yes. Doctor, one way you chop money. But nkwara no ba no catch us say that the aduane we ye ndia. We ye dey ka wondi. One way you chop money. We ye bibia. But we ye aduane na wo mo fosire egugugu wasa. Ka wo say chop money na we yi dey. But e so mfaso no. Because I come to one just also compared behind for Friday. It is a 30% no man penny womu dada no. A cry and you want to and to abamu and 30%. Immediately, the local government minister with the authority of the president must withdraw those nominees. You have no business. And yes, sir. Encrophobet me disikechi dia mememfia ginipa na tum but kwan a ombefa so a omne be ye adwuma na ti say thank you so wo no aba na wo ye adwuma but ye kwa yanim no mesre say achia emu ye this is the time where I was say yes I come back to the drawing board na mesre say o mampani ye wura kufu ado ansa na ne mre beba awie no onfa sa achedi we mfa nya ye say Ghana for Omayen to sa abano.
MMDC.
Kwa bia so hwe political party bia ewo esuro bi se ye ja emma amanfo so omonto aba power na ekuta ye no bia na ekọ. Enti eye omampani ankasa kra no ama yokuo mu no na ebinum diti ano dendenden presidential advisors ni nkofo bi diti ano dendenden say dabi ade na yaba power na opese ojemu but ani so adi hu na omampani pese odutu sa de we a decades to come. And ye benya some for so. Number one, political inclusion. Ghana ha battle, akwaya battle bia. So when nya nipa ba kwa nko parliament a winner takes all. No. We must learn to work together. Obi betumi awo MPP Ashanti region. We winning about na be NDC aban also. Obi betumi winning from Volta region bia na MPP aban and also. But they must learn to work together. Because in our space, Uka civil service, you have all the followers in it. They are working together. Public service, even in the police service, you have people with inclinations for various political parties, or in the working district assembly. Nankasa or no DC kwakodi anymore. You have people from all persuasions
in the church.
Yeah, posting about ho. Adwuma. Into ono so kwotena ho bi. Na ono omu kwaye adwuma say ato aba ma no a. Ebe ma sa adadwene no a. Ya na amampanimfo no face na so bete your constitution ni constitution bi a yen kind history. It came from dictatorship. And there was the need to consolidate power at the center. JJ Mreso no, that was orientation. JJ was not ready to hand over. And yet IMF any conditionalities bi a ye de to na ban so say wo pesa amwa we we dia return to constitutional rule. Jeje nankasa na ote ase e kan bebre say ono de onye a fan of democracy. Eno na ma akoba say ye jemu local government so ye da so ye dey ekutam ti mra so after many years of practicing under our 1992 constitution. Na say wo hwe mani what to say asema make am into minsre because ye nibri sempa. Everything at the local level is centered at the feet of the MMDCs. Inti say ye koto so aba na okogina ba bi na wo say me na mkan ye matwe asan na ye nyina ya ntumi amend the constitution ni ankwa ankoto na afei na ye de nkrofo kwa ebi tetehwe bi kro ha nipa no a ena o mampani so no onye osoro abofo obi ni aban mu oye osoro abofo obetumi ehu nipa ba kusu from head to toe inti ye de agisa wudi kama na konya na oye ne emfata wa ye de watwe na sai inti it is not also possible say obetumi yi nkrofo a 100% everybody will be passed titiru ni say obi aso wa interest ho ti mesre men kasa nkwa akiri bebe e adesre de na mde to mampani anim say ne ekoso nyina no ne wanya 30% more no ehu nya say o man kwan say onsan ko gina biu emwa mampani emwa party no
something
nana
ye kan nyina no ho se ye se yen to so aba ne ye beto no se ne yamanyo samada ne sikasemi enti bia me Kwabena metie me na betuma ye adwuma no but because me ni sika enti no anya de beto ama me e bia wo anase bia dog na wo sika e bi so no ntumi nya adwuma no enso isan so no wo sika enti no betuma pushia akokoje de bere no enti at the end of the day no butesi eni so say betu ama mpuntu aba no sam mpuntu no tumi ma because of sika sama ewurawura mu enti ho no no so no betu ehu bibi
wedi kaka
nana on say asema ya asefum kakra I mean dia ben aka na yampa say be digitalize the powers that be, you know. The toso aba it would have helped in terms of development, you know. The occasion na dan for be also koje bosia how be to amount for ma ya confirming, you know. I mean anyama awo ho no we have been seeing it over the years during our elections. By the long run, no, it benefited the people, no. If really someone more to almost so aba no amount for omu gidi say omu ba be mo aba ejuma e be na dan for no e be akoje sika am ya confirm no right e be na obi nyama o de ba on board no e be boa omo gidi vote man no at the end no there's a benefit but say kokra say or say oh aban or say president na appointed without any election na e be answer here reject e mu ye ka say reject wa Emma aban cause to push you into the truth for the people so more acceptable because that might even end up causing some riots at the end of the day for you, which might even be translated into a national issue. I be to me handle. Ebia obi kobenya 25%. I say chinchina amunjis kana mum confirm no. Have they confirm no. Na among confirm say omo disagreement that. O we no juma. Yet we crema say bimu ko bi office e ko yini fi ho. I mean, we don't want similar situations coming again. We should more or less propose for the election. You know? Me feel say idea be boy nyina. How I will give power back to the people on the ground. How more who are deserving for the positions, no, will be given opportunity. And found say be na MP na power, and this is na power. At least it should be a coordinated effort. My nyina.
Yeah, can obi the message be by na me hwehwe am se me hwehwe na me kan na me ade so am hu ma hwehwe
a little interruption near me and kan who say NDC MP ne wo that district na MPP DCE na e wo ha already no mo ya adwuma bom dada wo because we share of common fund ya they don't fight over it.
No won't fight over it.
They don't fight over it. They work together. It is an example no e wo dada. As a Toswaba, we have more to gain than what we will lose.
Yeah. I would phobia Agya Kwabena. It's true that we have a long way to go if we have a country in which corruption becomes normal, more problems ahead. And one Korea Sandy we about say in Africa and Ghana in particular, we don't need democracy. We don't need democracy on the Indian na yes I net yampa. Na we say akwabi do adiba na me kan wie me sere ya awampu me se wa ha na o kan bibi afa George Bolu or say at least the least said about our maintenance culture the better. Even family houses are not renovated unless there is a funeral. How much more public facilities? We need a change of mind.
That's right.
And also the other bad to say a very strong pass. Abusuafi yenya ho hwe obi wu a ye be paint wo sisi a ahwe de se yetumi ayebia. Afa yenhwe demolition of Budumburam and security implications. Ye betumi akasa wo e ba bia na manfo na wo ho manfo wo ho no esense moneyefo boneyefo wo ho ne enti ese no yese wonko enti o mapiti me ne obi di nkomo nipa na so maka kire me se wo mo ofa ako a nipa bonfo ofa ako a ne kono eden na mo so mo pete a esan se wo mo hyeda eno so enti no you can pick them one by one ebema na yenre obi nso say so mo pete nso sa ankanka na nka bone ni ha na so sense we free aba ha ntiri no bone ni bi ba be koso ha e na odu won so obe make so be nya obi a obe recruiting no so be push na mana train na mana ba confirm na say bone yefo na say asetra netre enti yan hwe Budumburam demolition no any even the stand of the MC or DC and the stand of the MP ni say areas bi o ho anse so mbubu no so ma ne wo ho and DC no say eyemra against emra kropa ebra so say si bubu no enti no matter who you are where you are no go ma Budumburam refugee camp no ye be dwi ni nyina ne ye hwe ne security implications also
me da se bebre mamenko no high pedestal kakra ye fra bibi displaced persons when there is act of war, emergencies or disasters, natural disasters. Now, Budumburam camp resulted from civil strife in certain countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and other things. And they buy. But we don't have a permanent refugee camp in any bilateral agreement. UN human rights. Any UN refugees bodies are body refugees UNHCR. There is no permanent agreement. It's a forever keep a camp because Ghana has an obligation for accepting the refugees and we have a responsibility towards them. But the long-term objective for having refugees and giving them a place to sit, it is not to let them make that place as their permanent abode, number one. It's to make sure, they will have a safety net. Na emrebi so, no omo pese, omo ko, omo kromwa, omo nya kwanya no ako. And another objective is se baby a okoye no, or pese or reintegrity into the system now. We must have mechanisms and allow the person to integrate into the natural system, not to be kept as a refugee forever. Until refugee there, and yes status are you keep forever. A temporary status. And there is a need at any point in time to decommission the camp. Okay. Now, some particular camp no decommissioning no a because say you continue to pay free electricity bill because when you are in a refugee camp, situation I would buy meter bohokra na edin say obi ba obetumi aba abaji is like bill was say public toilet wo ha untumi nkotra ho say o kogege pesos because nipa nankasa wa ba ho no oni adwumaye oye refugee o ti ase ye wo extension of services bi a wo de kwa oman no koso abo mo ka but me hu say ma werem fi say me so me fie e wo ka so me ben ho ankasa enti minim ni koso o say ye won krofo bi wo ha they have transcended the refugee status ebi mu wo ye second generation ye won kwara bi wo ye third generation they are actually Ghanaians krofo na ye say wo ye refugees no enye wo nyina na ye refugees they are Ghanaians because ye won wo ha ye citizenship emra kire say aha no wo na wo hwa metumi aka kire say the number one enclave for prostitution eye Budumbura na wo saa ho no na wo kwa ubetumi ehunu fili atiefo ne a wo mo ehwe no mfa ncheme ubehu fili say oba ne be mada table so na ubekombekomu no na wo mo nya Ghana fo
mami misa ye nua ba ko je koku bi
ati
mami misa no de mesro wa mentwa no wono na asemi ba e wadi mu akwadi ho akwani abasa Jacob me wa chi bi o
me so Jacob
wa Budumbura ma wie
me busu budu eleko
that's right say no and no pe kwa den na wa hu
yo and na pe me be na enu a omo MP member of parliament eba ha ebe kan say omonya abutre omo nko for now omo international name omo ti ha say omo ti ha on their own risks enu no okan ne sa pepe e de kire na the obini say be busu mienu omo de beto o say abaya ma ho kwan say afi bibia omudi bonisem ene ho ka ho no omuyi firi ho no dodo ni nyina eyiyi omunyama e de koye ena bi mu susu say omo ye bia ye bibia na labia fo no wo first na omutu efiri aban ma omuko omukrom na omudija efi ho no omudane edan ni bi e de ma ye Ghana fo a omuti oma we mu na omunti ha no omudane edan de ma omo omadani edane de mo no muji bibi kakra e wo munsim nti sisem ni ka se de e gap num bibi ya omoton sign roboni ni niema ni de omo de dede ni coca no mo munye bi chance omo no mo ti asese ye mebudu no mo yiyi omo niema nyina efri ho edan kiosk container omo mudi sisi ho na omo di eduma no omo yiyi efri ho camp ha se na bibi omo ka se omo baba bebu omo ka se omo baba bebu omo ka se omo baba bebu omo mbu nti na me ne o ka se oba wona omo wo ga ba omo nyina no obi abeduma ne normal eduma pepepe ba se ebia apata ne niema ne die omo yiyi apata inchense no e de free so e de ko na omo ti ewie no musa na omo di omo juma oba bia ye fra omo 18 baby ya omo bo enwum paaji omo eni no a insanom ne ho keka ho ne de ohopo de obe wonti se bibi sa ko so bata bibi ampo nyensie se na hote no saa na tie sisi a me no ka se labe afo no gusu ewo 18 mo no ufi 18 na udu zone 9 zone 10 ekolusu nyina na bibia dadin wona omusi omunema esi omunema omo mbeko asori ekọ asori omo mukọ wedding bibia normal ti se bibia ensi enti me no ka se de bibia nya ensi wa ha ebo amanfo ehu na mum de wo mu ne se omo anka se so mukọ eduma enani nyina obi atifie wona se mukọ enura nyina omo nya mutifie esa so musuro se ebia omo kwa omo echi no omo nim de ebesi wo ni nyina ne se efi eye zone 8 zone 9 zone 10 ade ba you know omo se omo de no omo nka ho ya fa omo nka ho se ye ba bebubu ho omo na emom aka na otwi mienu na ebubu ne beba so no ansa na omo ti se omo so omo ka ho eno na akofa metimi ho se kakra e de abai sansa omo se ahemfu bi so atunton za se ni bi e de amo omo nti no se beba se bebubu dia aje bi omo dane omo sika e de momo ana se omo ni omo nka ho asem na omo fa ohomo emomo eno ano honorable Desmond Petu a oye MP e wo ye Gogwa East no so edu to ye ni say eye ne manfo omo Gogwa Budumbura mo ha say no omo da to nenim e ma ono ankasa so onim people say eye Ghana for omo wo eye Liberia camp no tam na Liberia for no eko no dudu na tonton omo dan nkete na omo sisi wa ha say no e de ma na de hie no wa ha say no eye enra no ofiri Budumbura mo ha ya o ma fete na oni nananom akokasa na se asase na adehye na ato wa ha no se omo beto ama omo biom ana se omo beti bibi kakra de aka ho a omo jinka ho se ne be ya omo ntu omo efefria na emom ono MP ni de ofo aso se eye Babunum any 18 honey dear, Omungu, Entungu.
Jacob, okay, what's a gab, sa gab on then a coso.
Gabone dear, Obibesi, the amount for Nina can say, Bonibia, ABC war, a year with Brumo a cockra gabon answer na Abahasi, and as a Bonibi could see a baby crapona, answer the Sabeka Enipana, I do Omobasa Gabo Homo, and Sanomusa Adaka, a year, Sa Enipa Boni for no almost channel. Nembo, a year 30 of Nakazaka, Gabunimu Homo, any or more Cocasan, almost so much, I say. Bonina ye see a way budum gabo homo nemo esisi wo baby so omo ba eye camp budum homo na omo mo gabo no tumi boa e mo chi nipa de ma eye kaso a police for eno no omo no mo ka sa boni e for no e ba ha se ya omo chi nipa no e de ma kaso a police for eno de me endi ho anaje omo no mo ka ni sa nemo mo ho pa ya boni fun samne we don't any maboni nyina ekoso ti mini ka se de omo de omo ti ase se omo tu efi omo dem mo aka zone 9 zone 10 and na problem no this but mini ka se de sisi bibia NC wa se na kro mu ha etie no saa da etie pepepe e wa sisi bibia nsisa yi
Anti say no zone 8 9 10 na MP ne ka no na say ho no de enya de a won bedwiri ho no anya nte saa
enunu say ni de mi tumi enkyere na mo wo ba ya market dan no nyina mo dwiri ho mo nyina edi akọ
ya bada se na no pe Jacob
yo
enua Jacob kubi ne ten ka no ntina wonu gwasam so na oba mu na me pese yetwamfo ni kakra se da wo sitie
eno ano ntina me kire say apart from ne ekoso ba nyina no prostitution, drugs, high crime, say robbery ni ade no. Ubedi akira, ubekona saa area ho na nipa no. Ote. Eti trasem Budumbura e baabi a ye yemfa say the Central Business District of Budumbura ene no. Wona mo anwumre na wa anye careful sisi a mobile phone ni a oti ha o hwe animu a o press o obi de ko sisi a. Enti ebi musu free baabi ababe hide ho they are also using that place for their own industry enti odi we nyina bubomu a yenim se enkrofo bi adodode ebeti chimade enkrofo bi baabi a wombeda no they may be displaced but odi we nyina bom na wo hwe emfasode ebema budumbura ni nyina bema oman no na ukojina ho na wo kase me yemu na ye mu ampa the next victim could be you because ade ani enyan se unse kaso akoye baabi a ene obi kura ekosi dan wo ho a osuro because akra ha no wonya titiri asem bia wuti edu a emu be se nson ensia de kaso na ye dey free
amu ye research we say crime rates are Ghana across 6% free.
That's the point. And so no mean to me mongu. And when I'm there but mean because kakra mani ehu no. And the fastest growing settlement in the whole of
West Africa.
Kaswa. Kaswa sunti. And recent census Central region is the third highest when it comes to population. Wow. In the Kaswa population there, it was super. It is said to trust them say, Kosovo baby, now we have the opportunity to decommission the camper. Mobi and find yourself. Whether we are going to gain or lose votes. Because say your GOB bag now on any ma and to me and your BB and near. I want you to buy almost over the better about you. So we call BB. Na langas for womonya Ghana for ankrofo kofofa wo mu free sa camp wo no bedi atritri asem na ehwo no se na esi akoye no apolisifoɔ kra suro so meko yen kan wo no kra kaso a polisifoɔ mpo suro sa anadwo bibi kusi wo hwa kra wo be kose wo kope obi ache no wo gise wo mu ayi nipa no ma wo ekwan ni dada baabi a wo do ka akofofa wo nti wunnim na koye wo ho se wo ye near Cano normal tube gangalia we are gangalia now call why we have who know did into emiraso say you demolish that place ubi a genuinely no obey affected mesra ban say yenhwe sa nipa no because near kan na ye nipa ban bo ehun asem na ye ka nti genuinely obi o na watumi akwa property genuinely na demolition bi na unknown to the person no na wokọ acquire that place ni na ade no akoba se be demolish wo nyina ma ye ntu na jeje mu sa na eno so di oye na beba ye ka no so no ahemfo interest no ho no de ya ma ye nto ntwene wo mu donate asase no na de mai emra so say o mu so ji o mu kakra wa every o okogomu afeta na ni na ba be kaka so ho ufri kaso ko na kwan bia na ba bia ti akonya beto ho say yes haje asase na yes enya bibi kakra fa ho a also omofu aso ombepie na planners no so ewo district to ho na say eka breku ho enshada nkaka so ho enye senya ewutu senya east senya west entino eho no so no omobody say new planning eba ho ma enkwete say dada no eno ni ade a mesre but etitira sam na wo ho no de ya ntumi an demolish sa camp na be den say
na ya kan something wujidi say eba ma o makono let's look at the security aspect of any criminal activities in so yenhwe eno so say omoko dodo no akọ bebia na
bebre wo ho pa
bebre da so ho na ebinum so eko
Nigerians Liberians omo nyina ne onye refugee kura akoye no refugee te
by force omo mentality omo de ko other communities mu no eno so te say
okay me that say how our ben can in the beginning a matter of security and humanity share crime rates in that area alleged lot of crimes yet ya net say I'm attack immigration for crowd or order almost cause mo inspect or permit na dey but the humanity aspect of it to know say a training account so one because we have to find a balance between the two say the safety and security of the country as a nation and a team as against omo ti ono ben ka say me say the omo third generation aye wo omo ha in effect they are Ghanaians and they are still living there so in the combination of the space no then arrangement and I be yama omo so ha be yan fanko fra obia preko because as I can say omo move no o can say omo pete a it's easier say be control it but the same way so no it's the same crime that might be sending elsewhere so we need to find a balance between these two to be very careful about it ha be ya HD no ye say that the commission Bumbura camp but they set up other camps in elsewhere and they are committing the same crimes but the commission is time we need to decommission the place because of the high crime rates I recorded over the years no and what is happening now because me my phone you hear my phone area more that
okay
I mean it was a bizarre situation you hear my phone order so I mean it's a growing issue I want to say a balance between security and the humanity their lives involved here same as in crime and violence to their lives involved there you find the balance who are genuinely residents no you find some kind of settlement for them and whoever is there and need to go back because at the time they were giving money sell almost come back to Liberia some to the opportunity and almost calling those who stayed were given a chance to integrate into the Ghanaian society almost it is say we say oh what was say now those might be genuine concerns we need to probably increase the concentration now here to settle all those people also in whereby cast the net I be after to be at go sir
okay man kasa say omo de omo nko na nko chena ya na musi ni kro mo say ono no report ni ti no ye bebubu dan na omo be ne fie mani nyina so be sala be fie de be che no omo nyina so ada because omo he omo de ani eti doc ye hwe ne saa kwan no so a ene say ayi ka sen bi o say being a refugee or maybe so no said on share tie no enche say we refugee forever and ever edu baby out that status no ye free wo so wo hwe hwe ani de ye hwe ho no munie
life as usual
aha ho no munie na ema yanketwa edum si great ni de ama no enya sam ketwa kwa omo gi omo ni akasa hwe we say hwe
that is Ghana's prostitution headquarters Budumbura na wo prostitution headquarters in Ghana Budumbura na wo
say shisha o say hwan hwe wo do sabaya we wanyia ni say bia by 16 17 18
me ntwa no o kan say ho na abaya bi kosa ya
o ko free electricity
so kai
yes
enti wo so be body dia e ho dia
I'm a bruni ho na ama bruni hwe o so na manfo ji omani no ana so mo hwe shishi o se shisha no ana o mo twe ho pa nya sem ta ma ya nka bia sa be o mo school ana se bia nka betua ye ana say ti dog we ya ye hwe hi e ma ya nyina so be gu society mo be gu ada brono ahodo se ne metete sa suban we no bebi o mo ba no kra no o mo sheda nya bebi o mo ni bebi papa beti nti me ni say maybe o mo suban o mo da na die no will be more than say the ye hunu yi ya be ne den dog
you that's Jacob I say nipa asesa based on baby ot the environment or influence or nipa so and to look at the sociological perspective which means say I say the last contributor no say interest settlement in the first place no senior you can obi eni wa obey refugee forever obi ampo say we obi a kwa odwen ho a we say we refugee and na o china bebo ho modern say we free that status na call let's go for na mom say we refugee forever no na wa boss a brai eche say we ni adwen papa mpo e ma wankasa wo ho na ye can settlement am feel say bebre wo settlement and you obi na do mkotra it's like Ghana as you say obi at say wo hwa yesi enton ade o kwan so obi ba kofa board ye be gu atom o ti wa oton obi ankan hwe
obi kura wo fufu o
obi so e de banka be kan o cha behu no obi di
ba beto che
we dey very short am na kwa idwa forgetting say o china say me oba wo behu sa de menye betuma sizi enti ya nyasu ni ban bi aja say okay we dey menye obi ankan hwe ya o china ehwa be mi kru ehwa be mi fi enti bebre wo wo Budumbura mu anye obi na de omkoye wo mu na feel say ehwa dey free obi a ba bi a ofri bi a kokotra ho a obetimi anya kwanja no atra ho nti me feel say nipa ewo sa suban no ensasi obi dwen high ho say ye ko bomb settlement bia because wo ba bia kokotra ho ya de kokotra ho say why do you take decision kokotra ho then so dwen we obadwen ma say ne ba bia meti a enya me fie wo chena e betima akopa say say bi su free wo me free ha hia na eko no wanwen ho ne say asasi wura so gina dia why na san ko boka foforo say ogope ba bi e ma won entra enti me sa settlement in the me say see ya to chance but we can say na me say aka say won say ekrofo bebre o mo hori enyom nya na criminals say me aka enyom nyina Ghana for pass so e wo mpi e na wo mo kwa sorry papa so e wo hobi asofo wo mu even though criminals so e dos enti say wo dwen say wo person relocate wo ma na see ma yenya a holistic adwen say say nipa we no ye relocate wo saying now the first thing say make can sense you be na do mkotra ho no period am because emra ye hwe am as refugees no we say dey bia e wo ne a ye de ma omo obde bo mo bra me ma adwen mu no me feel say si nka o hwe news ne a aba out ye ma omo only 2 months no obi a watra ho for years obi a woni baabi ekọ Ghana ni graduate bi a our no was setting a business so we university no hold one setting adwuma away na one man 2 months si won tu no all come saying eti ase a man human face say ye person you am kwa fi ho a ana demolish ho a ase man human face say at least comedy ma adwim no ne ye say ebia mo bia 1 year bi after 1 year no kwa waka o aka mu 6 months o 6 months waka o say aka 3 months o mo aka nti eno no afi mrenu so a excuse bi e di ho na mo nipa 2 months fe si e be demolish ya obi ampe ba bi mfa emre nipa nso ni anda so bia oni ba obusuani bia oni ba bia okọ oni sika okọta asase oni sika odeko han dan then there are implications no bebrebe in a sense well we are what set business I also you business just say ububu a the business may collapse at the end of the year but consequences say it will here eba and also the hopelessness eba they say hopeless eba then criminality so as ambition and you know the implications no are so big as you agree ni nyina ehun say well meaning baby they say well even at this ababa baby sa criminality ekọ so kese ni aban no batom de no ye hofo angasa ni aban no plan o yes obe demolish ho but as obe demolish ho no you just wa kwesisi apartments bi ama wo nti o2 wo mo any baby ani ehon so na central nti o2 wo mo na baby o do mo koe afi ehon wa develop a first class area as say oko han a business chesa na ko
safe
so safe
aman ko mo
efe enti no mestre say ye ntu makwan because so hwes ni a ekoso na mrantie ni mabaye so mko school abrabofo a omo boy ni suban a omo fato omo so na fe wo nya adwuma enti no enye say ebia drugs ana ebia etutu bra no obo na wo hwe suban ne criminality a yes bin ka so mo ho esi yi wo mo but omo ye nipa enti omo ye nipa enti no esi adwen say empo say ye nya ba bi ma omo a ye mo momre na omo timi plan
ansa no bekọ ma obi di message bi ba mi so ho note na or say your reporter know very well that the marked end at zone 9 there is nothing like zone 10 enra me pacho me TMs MP no say zone 8 zone 9 zone 10 because me no say every baby sa enti eno no oti that place is called Matimankebi unimo
Mateo does not your area boy.
Area boy. Yes. Others say Matimankebi. And we bought that space from some of the chiefs. Think about the kids who are in final year and you are driving their parents away like dogs.
That's the thing.
Elsewhere, the government built low-income houses for the poor, but over here, the poor struggle to find a place to lay his or her head, and the government is kicking them out. What happened to the affordable houses since from Kufuor's time up to date? They left them in the bush. Our leaders disappointed us a lot. I'm fiscally challenged. Having case bought the plot from one of the chiefs, and you are telling me to go to where? And how am I going to survive? We be papa and Adiaba.
That's right.
Yes. Papa, who did you?
Be papa. Kofi also say, only in Ghana will MP tell us refugees have sold land and house for a citizen. How can a refugee buy a land in a refugee camp and sell them when he is going back? I mean, how? Make I pass they will see and somewhere years back and almost started some was as Liberia for Nibi refugees Nibi. My problem is that where are these criminals going to stay? They won't vanish into thin air. They will definitely assimilate into our safe community and continue their crimes. That is more dangerous because it will be like COVID-19, which muted into Delta variant and others later. International on so there or they buy no. I can't remember you know a numna about Dubako. Yanshe. To buy or not to buy a new jet?
I don't know. What do can
To buy or not to buy new jets?
Okay.
Yes.
Politics in there, what? Sir, jet, old and new, Falcon and whatever. I tell you, I have time. The entire make us say, and maybe a chemo. Now, oko, now who lecturer, now we any payer. Now we need more. Yeah, near tenant say, and yes, woman, ya strap off. Uti me. Young cofa, be equitable. And famra. And no man penny for. Or they fair wages and salaries commission at the buy. Or signing into law. Policy account single spine BBR say we should implement it. Not buying no and ya the next election until you are mills in a better no. Australia say I ain't a poor. A man chance. And I can say you two money a day. Fair parameters, skills, experience, and the home crown by a day to a job evaluation. And he do raping. Now, police in here, when we are secondary school, prof, natural at the and the pay no. And the prof for the no. So, I'm back to the 20 I feel now, hey, now, Kwabena, I'm natural at the the Banizan and Nami are police inspector, the pay chairman, and what I did was secondary school headmaster and home crown the bar. Now, and also lecture. Ye jar to her. A room, maybe, your hand yet say, I call phobia, and now Ubia could get to dress a milk MP barco, and your man before buying any any say. A room will be buying any MP bar could be no young police in Ibaco and also Ghana for say Kutukum. Some similar example now. Mamma be free. A room maybe, you see, I'll say a man before car papa, and I'll say a more loan. Uti me, a man before loan, no more car, and also lecture, for and against is and also ye de lande. Now no back where MP back when you accident. Na hu se se na car no a ye de ma wo mo no ya ma wo car papa anka nye kra because also we have V8 bo na wo hwe obi a onya aduane nni a won to V8 nanso bisa won se sa car no konya accident na sa MP free mu a ka by this time nka sika ga na hwere no for by election alone enti eto de bia eya na ye duabo. Now, you say, Oman for commercial jet. I feel a room maybe I say commercial jet in the corner. No bones I had a yedding. Now, who catch your Oman Penny there? I'll go for commercial jet. So, where the commercial actually I said, Nipano or Jajin in Faso, Ajini Umbia. Ubia, what for we must shine the piano, and him say. And tis a car now for me, both to be two or from one. Na akogina show da bi na utiri ye a wasa aye wanwan no afa foforo no eye wie mu asem enti eba no safety a I am telling you there is no cost that must value than the safety of our president and that of the ministers and MPs aya o mo ne ne tukwan no ya me mfa sa amba enkwa chiri so man pani any ministers and now MPs. Oman penny to quite yet the bia no qua on any government to quite the be opposition MPs near dear can be. Now, you're quiet to say, I had to send here propaganda name near maybe a bamun, almost say private jet. Oman penny be a new whole private jet. It is for the state. Kwabena, I will host someone say, Tama no President Kufuor AC Jubilee House. What you know? I see a young kukubu, a waste of money. It is this. But one man then call Castle Dano. No money him dear. JJ Empo, known to me na ho. A man who tono. He didn't a man to know that. And also in a year for her. And the antenna will see a that expensive say, and at this, that. Look, let me tell you. So, my penny be too kind. Now, emphasis will be back on qua dear. Send your car, it mean your basin, or only the lead diplomat near dinner. I am telling you, men kase, we should spend excessively. But, a whom be here say, ye be your presidential jet, baby, na me twesan kakra ni say. The communication of it. Kwanya enkrofo bi di hu komo. Ene sene ya wo mu de betudwa no na me free say communication for wa ba mu no hwe ho no kakra yi. Sabi hu abayo na open asem na open so wa na. Eto da bi enye time ane ma me ewu na ye twa adwadwo na wo de flowers e ko hye ne nsem.
Chese me wa o.
So what you say? And yes, our time on the flowers question in some. So we know. Pascal, I know of Fatty baby. I say, remember, we are coming now. So I didn't need you crowd near home. Oh, acquire idea beer. A Ghana Fusu. Obinya Babontin because ye top private jet among Mampenia. Be at Tikwapai. But a private jet. It can be for emergencies, it can be for any official in Ghana. But a dear to soon is a presidential jet. I don't know, be clear, castle, say, and uncrophobi say, and you are crying him, oh, no, my can't but me come say the safety of the president. Here or mine, I want you, baby. But yen to me, Cocase, so man penini. Na pamfo koba no mo koba no yentu na jeje mu just like that ne wo ho na ye ketewa no he jeje time o complaints it was President Kufuor who was bold enough to take a decision and then na ye old na esua na nipa dodo e be kono je se san kotuetue skama nkrofo bi ansa no omo de ye nkrofo akwa na o se nya fofora dada no there ya beton yenton yemfa bi nso so empe foforo eno no so anso ha yesi ye pebia ma police for eno nso no nkofo se o matikwa pai but me kam kiro ya che wo sa de no ho kura dada hwe edan a na eye foreign ministry edan ene ye cost sa abo na ebetumi ato helicopters be se ensia ene akiri. But unim say eja to baby kakra bi a yenya the mechanism to go and quench it. Won say ne sa dan no esi ho kwa. And ya san say sika kosi fufuro. But ne was a mechanism no e de ama fire service fo a anka ye aye sika no yen san ko say enko airport residential enko pass as a fufuro and say see another expensive building. Yes, I na Ghana, ye to Sikagu. Mesre Ajobro. Omampeni ne soldier for, unim say ye ka presidential jet a fleet of a soldier for aircraft home. It is essentially for Ghana Armed Forces. And unti ne ya ye friend the commander of
they flight
Ghana Armed Forces. Unti the number 1 aircraft a war Ghana Armed Forces for them. Instead of seeing it, he said, His Excellency, the Nakufu Adunkuan, about better, yes, it is for Ghana Armed Forces, a whole communication. And I'm free, say,
Sabre, we don't have enough second who COVID by ye. Ebinu sama penina kasa kan say COVID aba. Awon kire wo ho. Ntie nyina obi amọ na bosu mu den.
Nka o ma me lande ya, ka be se bia nanka.
O baba ho.
Bia ne obeke nanka.
Mate ne o ne ma kwai.
Enti eno no nten kwada no aposifo die nso no so chinchina atwan hwe nanu ya footage CCTV footage ba ya obi eji obi sika efri ninsem bia 20 years and 10 years savings na obi de dakoba akope ekogiye aposifo ni akade in area surveillance if there is a quick response na a form are congested na a form troops na are not enough DNT ni see about police for area power. They can move troops from one area to the other within a very quick period ɛho hia papa yɛakyɛ wɔ ho as ɔman sɛ ɛba no biribi te sɛ augmenting the foot anaasɛ ground troops a ɛno no so bɛboa ɔho ɛbɛboa papa and then area surveillance woka sɛ na ɛsi yie na sɛ quickly information be relay na jet plane helicopter esi baabi na obi apagya he moto ehimfa na obekọ se flood mpo aba na omo ne Ghana Armed Forces na se nadmo di nkita ho na omo nam hwa eboa o Ghana fo to da bia ye di ohia Yesu kan tama obi behwie ngugu ne naso na ye wasuafo ha na omo complain say Agya utirimu ode ada na wa ma na nkoton na nke ya mfa sika na ma ahiafo. Are you going to tell me say Yesu now you very insensitive? Ye wade bi wa eye oman na nkasa ban bo. Ehun asem na ye ka no. Enti mesre eye aposifo ede no kra de ahoden wo ha ka me de meka say ye mfa be say ensia e na nhase but me ka we no so na me sa sre obampani say me ami kromas antemampo ehene no oye ono ankasa ewura akufu ado na konta yeti ya mana sase o omra na baabi e betreni aposifo no ya mbeti school no ho na ye jo ni omra sate opo wọ́n mọ school no wọ́n mọ nyẹ maye ẹ̀yẹ ọmọ because a quick response say yẹ hwehwẹ mu no ẹ̀yẹ saa drones na yẹ ka no wọ́n mọ yẹ wọ́n mọ sẹ mampọ hɔ na Asante Mountain yẹ ya ẹbẹboa nti mpenya ẹ̀yẹ one of the place a yẹ di drone ni baako kọ asase da o bebree ẹno no nso no quick response sẹ training school so baako wɔ Kumasi nti ẹno no deɛ we can correspond bibi ni a yebetimi na motimi but yefa eno ntonche no mesre say communication fo e wa ban mu no enema mienu bi wo ha wo ma Ghana fo asonte ye
and wa
number 1 e wo say yehunu ne esi wo saa dada no ho no also won be kire mu yi
saa fa kon ho
wo be kire mu yi se technical report bi wa mo ma manfo ewom say nya bibia e fa omampani aircraft bia ho na for security reasons ubetumi di atodwa nanso saa niema we a eye open to the public ne die omoma public entiase say ne wo dada no say ni na asi na ntonkrofo tirimu say emra so say ye ya ye ho ban bonti ye nya dai ye nsesa no cost nso no enye open men koye adano die bia yesoma wofa bi se onkodi anim ono ane mampani ba se ye nya nhwehwemu no men koye anu bi wa ban mu e ba saa na nkofo bi nya gedie bi se secretary hye ne proye bi eye dey ehye baabi if you are not open about it eno na ma nkofo enya se ye ni bibi di ada na mokoto jet but I'm telling you worldwide untumi nkasa mampani ntina bicycle so efa nkotogo untumi nkankyere ne se okọ Germany a onkofa ship untumi nkasa onfa V8 efa nko Libya ma ne nyeyi ena untumi so nkasa Ghana mpanimfo abrabo ne yemfa ma commercial flight very dangerous for us as a nation ono nso no ye the number 1 diplomat of this country bibia ni also odi animu nti na montuo no sabi o mampani efiri na konwa so a jet no omfa nko to send a Jubilee House kufu amfa nko Yewura Mills amfa nko Mahama amfa nko ye nyina aye dia but it will be shameful for us say ye ni aircraft papa aban asoafo ne aban adwumayefo nkasa mpo ekoba bia omuntumi ntinam bie mfa nko we all lose na sa travel no aye politics in Ghana ohun ache eduru baby say Mills tu kwan dodo Yewura Kufuor tu kwan dodo Mahama tu kwan dodo JJ Rawlings tu kwan dodo na Kufuor nso tu kwan dodo me kamechiro Agya Kwabena ya nhwe ni ya omampani bi ebeba bia sa politics of otu kwan dodo but niema bebre wo ha ye no Ghana ha free Ghana ha ahoɔden bebree wa yɛ hia wɔ man yi mu a ɛho nkɔmmɔ yɛndi no wɔ Ghana ha yɛdi na mɔnane nti sɛ wɔma mpanin ntumi ntu kwan a ka ɛho no sɛ ɛha yɛ nyinaa yɛn nso yɛgye tom sɛ ɛyɛ ɔma mpanin onya AU chairman a ɛsɛ fata ɔyɛ ECOWAS chairman ɔwɔ dwuma bebree di nti sɛ aircraft wɔ hɔ na ɛbɛboa titiru na ɛbɛma no banbɔ na nipa a ɔsɔ ɔno ɔmo kɔ no nso ɔmo betumi akɔ bia I don't think we must subject it to those little petty things.
Okay. Doc, yɛhwɛ ɛyɛ saa bere na ɛsɛ yɛtɔ binom ka sɛ ɛsi yɛhia sika paa san sɛ for instance ɛnra mpu sɛ teacher for ɛbaa yɛ were complaining seriously bitterly about one class nkwadaa 95 ɛna wɔ hɔ one class nkwadaa 124 ɛna wɔ one class omu hia nneɛma bebree sɛ
ɛyɛ university anaasɛ
primary school basic school na next say 2 years almost all my orientation ama omo about syllabus 2 years but still textbooks o my enti sam kwada nyina 2 years abesin ko nyina no o say yes wokọ Google teacher no wokọ Google ayi no na what you mean I answer what you mean when you enti no there are pressing issues affecting majority of Ghanaians especially in kwada no ehomesua enti sabre no why can't we wait na sika na kokoto play no anka bia yen fa nkonko hwe sa school no ne amanema no am building kwada ne dachi esin say yerba kokoto play na sefo so amanfo nsam mo ka fa hu ehunu say
well after problems yeah one day nye nene etubitwa
sure
problems the MC ababeba abanbeko obaba eni famu die na so ye problems say won be continue me say the most important part any menua engineer aka ho asem say ehu hia pa because you go Togo kura we share the presidential jet now we share say o2 and me lande o Togo ami hu o Cote d'Ivoire o be3 be gidi say kokan pa enti obi agitum say a president a benya good presidential jet there very important yen negotiable ye go can say o man no how no bread school 70 say o man sorry a president enya good I be representing Ghana your dignity and I say ye no nyama and that's one but the question I be if say na me can say communication and I say ye were presidential jet obia American chair say jet na you and I say be we na enye ho we na say ni amanfo ekanya say propaganda we can say we so be can be we so be Ghana for ye nim what is wrong with our presidential jet. What is wrong? I didn't think I could hear say a talk a new one. Why? Ntia so ma ye why? Ni ntia ni aye wo no. See ye see nchen. Na fe ye top of. That reason why I say ya na politician for ni bi no omo dwen say details bi wo hu hia Ghana for. But abey Ghana for na be kasa hu. Say be kasa hu you na be kasa tie o. Ni na Ghana for. I didn't say bi eko enkoya I didn't my ehunu they say ehunu say yes anyway because president or two kwan empo ne landing no nyama Ghana obi ehu jet no na ohu say jet Ghana flag bo hu we Ghana ni news who jan ho
no so man penin na be ya
Ghana Airways kwa ho just who America
pride of the air.
The Ghana Airways and we ebe see for once what we are proud of Ghana ni and yes a president and a presidential jet but we must know say you say what is wrong ni enta be kasa on Ghana say na wo kan o ha bebre o ho be obrepa o hia ehia nipa ho chi wo mo na wo hwe ni aye komu a see ye cut your coat according to your size. Yeah, can say be a here presidential jet be a you be poor. I say to be count. And I say ye kofa ni very expensive hwe aman ye ka say rich nations like France, like Switzerland, like Japan, sham presidential jets. Most of them are so modest. I just say near ye presidents from in terms of even cost. Never share ye how I will here episode no bra ye woman. One, as will be justified. Why do we need a presidential jet? Near ye one. I say near and pay me share news. Some say, oh yeah, presidential jet. Yeah, my president of Guinea-Bissau. Kwabena said Guinea-Bissau president make me use your presidential jet. Near president don't be used. The other time, you Liberia president, they use your presidential jet. So if all these presidents make me use your presidential jet, Kwabena said, yeah, and Kasa president, you won't be use your jet. Questions be brave. Now, these questions no must not be taken for granted. So, the EPC be a yes, a better jet. Nti, pool, a better. A pan sad yes, one for boo, Amagana for. See who why the entire here. Maybe the Gitachi, GBA, who say, near one, and ya, and I say to him why president set off for, but Ghana for a see who near a year of presidential jets in here for. You who are, I don't know you've been a becker. You're a to say, your president, to me, and to Jajas or for playing beyond cocky. But see why, and the two, as a cost. Because near man who concerning a before we brain, he say, we are poor and proud. Nipado or nipi was restray. De bia or cocoje bosia. Nanso or ye bibia or ye akesem. Man nipa who say, ha, see me in a bay. Was on nibu. The wa would be no. I saw John. Now share to be a woman. Share or my nipa ne woman. Or brow mo brain or how mo famu. Entim post a wood to be a. So share. Nia, as a war. Now, what to me, alcohol, akasoko. Ukoto ankoyes up de bia ne can say ye tonia ese ne say obia ne sense safety ne senia esu obia sense because one to amanaman how we rich nations on presidential jet at the same ne bought the same this say bibia to say ye hu ne say ne nia ye toss so ye hu enche because of mine or which womb or brave woman, we can't deny say few people be the Lazarus. And yes, because say a building can say bia, jet libya won't be married, bathhouse dimunti. I mean, who could dream when say now Ghana for more dream home. More dream, nipa, a woman, more bravo bread. Now open a dry room and some wait me there to coin. There are so many questions. But it must be seriously, objectively interrogated. As if you're in them, nothing, you're saying, they're fataying, they ye dream, nothing, ye to me, a pet, near talk.
Medase, me pesa, me be brave, people said, me tear my dream poor, we nafi, it's a man from so dear can try to come.
Michael, few comments.
Obi say, you don't have roads, good hospitals, classrooms for school children, water to drink, and we are thinking of private jets. But the babies also the main camp. You bet me I can say we can say a cocoa jet as I say yes. Is that what we need now? So mine. Yeah, tibia you womb. My examples be brave. Hey, bet me a generous like I say bia. Winnie, say, young talker now. We say, ye, here said the fata, said the baby back canon. Do we need it now? And now say, and we hear po.
Okay, no, me that say. Let me say, Doc in the Ben, among my several explanations to what I need and answer in here. But call the matter and say, the president, no, your commander in chief, he is the first gentleman
of the land.
And anytime I also took Kwano, the safety of the president should be our topmost priority at any point in time. Is he secured? The other question is the current jet we have we had any news about the fact that it's not safe for the president to travel with? So far, the main argument be within that line. Say the current jet we have, the safety issues are questionable. You want to say, I'm out for the president, you see a jet, Does that mean that the safety of it, is it safe for the president when traveling at this time? Do we need it now? If it is not safe, why not? But the question is that you have any communication to the effect to say the current presidential jet has technical issues and that's why the two his security and safety is at risk. If all these parameters haven't been addressed yet, I don't think we need a new one unless there have been clear indications. Say commander-in-chief took with the current jet now. It has security or safety issues.
Well, mom, tell me that I did before. We say, or the two back be on the two engine back problem bang the shake will be more. Then to me call long journey so. I never mentioned maybe say to me call long journey there. Why then some penna that you could focus to play on one him so between the two coin. No koto the echo Ivory Coast in Nigeria near high and one koto the echo US in Asifo. That plane I also see and to me two quite chili said the air canon. Explanation be a hole. I say to me my TSA.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, we've not any detailed explanation, any communication be in that limelight. I decided say at this point our commander-in-chief needs a new presidential jet for his travels because probably it is not safe. It can't go these distances. It has these technical issues, or the two his life is at risk. Because for the point is that if our president have any issue right now, I mean, we as a country, we are in trouble. So we need to protect his life at any point in time. And we need to be convinced beyond reasonable doubt. Say at this point, his life is at risk when he's traveling because of the current jet we have. But until then, we just can probably wake up, say, due to the fact that we need bathroom, the luxury of faith we want to buy. But if the safety and security are the core issues, whether we are ready or not, we need to make that investment. But then any communication, any release put to the fact say these are the things that are wrong with the current jet. Okay, US Force or Air Force One. I'm sure over time they change it, they improve upon it, but that's the policy direction. Do we need something like that similar here? How I can say every president who comes will just want to change the jet? Because it becomes more than that as a trend. Oba in his name, what jet for? But do we need it as of now? If the security and safety issues are not things that we should be considering, because those are the core crust of the things we should be looking at. The security and safety of our president and the entourage we'll be traveling with.
I would say there is one idea I used to say, and to me, funny paddle. The son say, Abia Maperi to Quaya, Nipe Cano a dorsal. Tinipe Cano dorsal. I say Sabia or the way no qua, or no qua between the way nako. Nafi one year canon sono, alpha flight for Ediaco, and we are commercial flight TV, not or the co and the Simon. So no, one factor be almost said no, so we should know to one. I'm say, Interior Minister and across a crown, I'm saying, Nuti will now. Or can I say, Ambrose there? I know say, Abia, my penny to Quaya, a suit to me, say, no home, no to me, cause seminar, big back and as a fountain, a suit to me, a baby obey to me, I share not. See a moon, a dry moon, as a son of home, and then as I know a day, Sansa Miss Sabine. I don't
know if I just one year more. 1 year more, Shamakwan. She's more fresh. They say, what will be a bit with you? I carry on going to marry. I don't know, you're more send a member can with security, no safety. You're okay. I don't quantity. I say, look, this year almost at a year of rules. Meanwhile, Krutua and then called demonstration say, oh, my plan say. Until me face may be serious. ɔman no yɛwɔ issues ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtumi address sɛnea yɛkan president the safety and security no ɛno deɛ sɛ nya ɔkwan biara so no sɛ plane for ɛsɛ but for now nneɛma ɛwɔ hɔ no kyerɛ sɛ wohwɛ we are as if sɛ aban yɛ overwhelmed because baabi ɛyɛ ne strong area koraa no ɛyɛ sɛ ha deɛ npp for koraa no wohwɛ nsɛm a wɔn ka just wɔn hia attention baabi a wɔbɛfɛ biara yɛhia attention enti nneɛma no dɔɔso enti woka for now is it something we need now depending on the technical issues about the jet say if there are problems here but for me it will be difficult for me say major to say there are technical issues when a news say Guinea-Bissau president use your jet when Liberia president use your jet now because it's technical what do you mean and you know I see in Ghana and here you can see a president safety security no dey obi anywhere or can say who here but there are issues and yes I'm really ahokyere adorso roads also to akwan say na ebinum adidie mu ayedene na school kwala mponya dan mu esua ade curriculum crisis ye ma kwala etimi teacher fo hu se na obecha ade kra no kra say ye hu be teaching ye de fa these are issues but then yet me can say animenti bibi who say my president and say no I don't the obi enu oka say no but say ye hwe basic niemai ni say you jet wo ne other president use ne can say ye ye ti nti ye top ye more expensive ne TV shower wo mu ne utimi ball mu utimi di agro ye exercise wo akwa bibi o
Samo
Mr. Yebre ayabe na ka o ka bibi o
Ghana ne wono because Ghana ne wono bibia ne twist and turn but to say them dey kan no aban communicators must come out clear on this and yes you leave room for speculations near day was all be chire mu yi obi anim say o pese o ko ba bia plane o ha obeko batentisa for example so man penny pese o ko Seychelles send or the commercial plane obeko agi say kusinu or Dubai so ansana wasan echi aba Ghana ha ni flight bi e ko Cameroon so enti gi say o koka so obeko France ansana wasan wachi aye dey aba sa ne ma we nyina e bottlenecks nti o mampani bia needs a jet but why must we dispose of the existing like what na message say communicators no must come again no communication there have been gaps and no has given room for all manner of interpretations but say ne nyina ye gitumu no say ye other areas and no see here equal attention but you can never sacrifice the safety of your mampani ene na so afo titiru ni se ni omo koye ne ni omo kodi dwuma omo kwa mono ni kodi nya de mfaso obebre ya na omo sacrifice ye no Ghana din mu so what I say you will not be able to say it is not important it's important but baby atechima ne ye die ntina ye wo ho no
na dada na yetumi nyiso
e ho no na
aba for bi so use the same ade na I say mampani to me enyuso no enti we dey you gina
communication dey o say
enti we dey you gina he wono nkrofo ene mpanyifo amoa mampani aso ye no ene interior ministry ne defense ministry ne wona e kaka ho nyina no senchirechiremu bi wo ho a esi to me ba eba na yeti ase a fine yenti ase nso a ya ne na je say ya ka ne se de bisi aka na there are pressing issues esi to me hwe ne no so ya address nti se de wetu se ne ne hwe na se we betu awe wetu me mo a then we choose one a ebebo ma mu ne nyina ye man peni se na abadwafo kan no ne bambo nso no ade ho hia yi pa nti ye hwe ne mienu no ne ho kwan de befa so na ye begina we so ade ye komotwetwe na si wa ha meda Dr. Christopher Ampedu or a senior sociology lecturer at Pentecost University. So on Senemre na wɔba me yɛdi nkɔmmɔ na afei Benjamin Arthur security and labour expert ɛna yɛka sɛ obi a ɔyɛ engineer wabin wɔ mu papapapa nti gata sɛ yiri nyinaa sɛ mɛma kɔtiti ne nyinaa mu ɔno nso ɛba ɛna afei ɛfo Samson Wɔlanyo de Klu ɔno ɔyɛ associate agent ɛma Bureau of Public Safety wɔno nso ɛba nti mɛda mo ase sɛ mu nya abrɛ ɛbaeɛ na mo ka me ne mfa seda ɛma enwumaku a esu yasene ɛna no pɛyi former trust for sɛ menka nkyɛw sɛ wɔn de wei aba ɛyɛ duru a yɛde ko atia malaria nti nkwadaa no wɔn de nie flavors ne yɛde nti nkwadaa no betumi anom ɛna we nso ɛyɛ sunsunduro a yɛfrɛ no Trazor 400 ɛno no sunsun bie no adane denkyɛ ma ɔyɛ mu kura na obi yi tu na manakɔ ɛna yɛsan wɔ ɛyɛ lumi trust wei ɛno no for mpanyinfoɔ nti hyɛ no so paa ɛna ɛno akyi nso no Kojak farmerfoɔ adama wɔn de apɔsin different as little as 2 cedis obenya paste ba akɔ twetwe ose ama ɔsia yɛ hwɛ hyɛ no so paa guma hodo miɛnsa wo Kojak P ɔho twetwe ose a ma ɔsia fɛ ɛna yɛsan wo wei ne yɛsa kyɛ sɛ ahodo ɛna yɛwɔ de yɛde bɛ husu yɛnum ɛna yɛwɔ procode ɛmɛ de manom akyɛ paa nti so no bi na bɛboa ma wo ba bi yɛ wo yɛ ntɛntɛntɛm no atumi akɔ na special ice ɛna fedi so nso ɛboa yɛn ama yɛde dwumadie ne brɛ medin ɛde agya kwabrɛ yɛhɔ Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a yɛbɛsɛ nhyia ɛwɔ dwumadie foforɔ so yɛakram ama mo nyina mo nhwɛ